Hello and a wonderful afternoon, live coming to you from our studios here in Farato. That's Atlantic TV, the home of TV Revolution. Again, we are located in the smiling coast of Africa, that is Gambia, and our studios here in Farato, the west coast region side of the Gambia. Thank you so much. Back again for a little while, and that is the exclusive interview live in our studios. This is the interview that we bring prominent people, talk about their life, talk about what they're doing, etc. And today, I'm so happy, I'm so elated, because as the saying goes in Manneh, okay, you know, my own brother, a big brother for that matter, is the guest for today, exclusive interview. And my guest today is no other than Mr. Borry Darboe, former chairman, National Sport Council, chief marketing officer of Bell Bottling, and of course, chairman, Nemar Football Academy. Mr. Darboe, Ramadan Kareem.
Thank you.
Welcome to exclusive interview, Atlantic TV.
Thank you very much, sir. I'm very honored to be here.
I'm sorry for being late because of the traffic.
Yeah.
I have to take my car for maintenance.
Understood.
And being Ramadan, I know it's never easy. Sometimes the traffic is always jammed. However, as a brother and a friend, from the days back in Bundung, Borehole 9, you know, in those days, we had great time.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to be with you. I know you love sports.
Obviously.
And that's why we know you, and you continue to champion that. I'm glad seeing you again after a while.
After a while. Thank you so much. That Mr. Borry Darboe for you. And you might have people watching, whoever is watching out there, can you say hi to them? Because we're going live on Atlantic TV.
Yeah, thank you very much, viewers. I am Borry Darboe. As Big Sam, I call him. Bakary Manneh rightly said, I am Borry Darboe, former chairperson of National Sports Council. Currently, I work with Bell Bottling Company, the biggest manufacturing company on beverage in the Gambia, as the chief marketing officer, responsible for marketing and sales operations. And also the chairperson of Nemar Sporting Academy at Wellingara, owned by a young dynamic entrepreneur, Lamin Kante of iAfrica TV.
Wow, so hi to the fans of Mr. Borry Darboe. I know some of them miss you. He was in the limelight for over a decade, but now, you know, I know he's still around, but some of you miss him. Mr. B.
Yeah, I agree with you. I've been not hiding actually,
okay.
But I decided to go low.
Yeah, because Mr. B,
that's why
you've been in the land, every nooks and corner of the Gambia, especially the Bandul Breweries Day. We call you to talk about that, but then, yeah, all of a sudden, yeah.
Well, that's the nature of life, you know. Sometimes you reach a certain point. Okay. You have to look at the situation and then match your activities based on those ones. Everybody knows me in sports, and I'm still in sports.
Okay.
And the reason I am the chairperson of Nemar Sporting, and this is going to be one of the most loved sporting academies in the Gambia. It is really poised, and what we are doing, if all the academies are doing that, then yes, Gambia will be blessed with young talents in the coming years.
And then we'll see Mr. Darboe everywhere again.
For sure.
All right, moving on, Mr. Darboe, exclusively. Many people, Mr. B, Mr. Borry Darboe, when you say, it's kind of a household name now, but actually, from the horses now, who is Mr. Borry Darboe?
Well, Sam Borry being Borry, I'm always Borry, who hail from Sintet village in Tufoni, West Coast region. That's where I did my primary education. I'm sorry, you know, I have a cold.
No problem, no problem.
My parents hail from Kiang. My mom is from Sankandi. And of course, my dad from Kiang Bumar. I think you know Bumar, and
yeah.
It's not a hidden. It's not Bumar, yeah. It's not a hidden name.
Yeah.
As a young person growing up, Sintet, primary school, then from there to Muslim high school. Then from Muslim high school, then I moved to Nusra High School. There, I been there up to 1985. And then my colleagues during those days, I was head boy in 1985, and the Doyan lawyer, Lamin Kamara, was my deputy head boy. And then you have lawyer Borry Darboe. These were all my juniors at Nusrat High School. We all have great respect because we are like a family.
Okay.
Great respect for one another. They're really dynamic people. So growing up at Nusrat High School, I developed a love for football. In fact, I became the first newsreader for Nusrat High School, where I will be assigned the responsibility to hunt for news and read it in front of the assembly the next day. So this has been going on, and then others also followed. I remember a young, now is late, Cadet Silla, Nusrat High School. He was in the army. Okay. Very, very close to me, and we had great time together. Musa Sise of Official, though he seniored me, but he also came around, and we shared that platform of getting news and reading in front of Nusrat High School students. Okay. So those were wonderful days in the 80s at Nusrat High School. And also we cover sporting activities where we report anything that Nusrat High School was doing at the time. The likes of Lantombong, from the same village, a good brother and a good friend of mine. We all grew up together at Nusrat High School.
Nusrat.
Yeah.
Wow, Nusrat was really a hobby, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm like surprised that our former President Musa senior and Nusrat.
Yeah, he seniored me. He seniored me about a year or so, yeah.
Wow, yeah. That was good. And so that means you guys were doing this thing during school days?
Yes, certainly. And he's very fond of me. Actually, we had a good time there because I actually started him, because we had one Negro, or sorry, not to say Negro, Latin American teacher.
Okay.
This guy actually developed us and then trained us how to read news. And I also will not be fair. I can say, apart from that, my greatest mentor on the side of news reading is Peter Gomez.
Yeah.
Peter, thank you very much, because Peter has really ushered in me that determination and then the zeal to look for news, but make sure these are credible ones. And that carries facts. And I've tried all my life to live up to that advice. He's somebody that really guided me very well, growing up as a young student at Nusrat High School, because I remember at Radio Gambia then, it was him and Jena Banyang.
Okay.
Those are the voices of GRTS in the heydays. Okay. And we had a platform called High School Reporter.
High School Reporters.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was a very attractive, and I always tell journalists, why not emulate Peter and then create that? Maybe he might do that again, but that was a very wonderful program. Students from various schools, from high schools, will write their speeches or come with a topic.
Okay.
And before they allow you, just like you are doing now, they go through it, edit it, and then now they'll be given a microphone, and then you'll be asked to read your text. So in that process, you are taught the reading skills.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So the voice is there. They see how you read the news, because your fellow students will be listening. Believe you me, immediately after leaving the studio, we always have call. Those days you have the Gamtel booth, people will call. I remember one young person from Kauru. He became in love with me. Every time after leaving the studio, he will call. And express his joy in hearing students reading news at Gambia Radio, GRTS at the time. Yeah, that was a lovely program because it keeps you very well. One for speech writing, for public speaking, and then also facing the microphone. Okay. Yeah.
Wow,
so,
that was awesome.
So honestly, I would not be fair if I don't mention his name, because up till today, we have great respect for one another.
He touched the life of many, including myself sitting here.
And another person is my own brother, my friend, Vicente. These are guys that I learned a lot from, exchange great ideas, and then they have been very encouragement. Even at the hardest of times, when I was chairperson of National Sports Council, my period was marred with controversy, and everybody was looking at me, what is this young man trying to do? But I was trying to shape our football, but many a times thought I was out for something else, which was wrong. Yeah.
Well, we'll talk about that. Now let's move on, Mr. B. Your work experience. You just talk about some of this, but I know you know, and I know you from various, and then many of the Gambian people, your current job is not where they know you, they knew you from somewhere. Tell us some of your work experience. No, tell us in depth, because you started as a teacher, I remember. So so this is exclusive. Don't leave anything behind. Let's go.
Well, we are a sports background, so it's all about sport.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, you know, being from a very poor background,
okay,
you know, I went through tough time.
Okay.
You know, I could not be like my other colleagues. After graduating Nusrat, they have to pop into sixth form. In those days, you know, knowing my background, having to put extra pressure,
okay,
is something that I could not fathom, and I decided that it's better I go into something that will be rewarding to my parents, because
okay,
life was not easy. You could say, yes, those are the best years in the Gambia, but sometimes some families are always difficult. They always find it difficult to keep the family. So I belong to that category of people. So I know the brain is there, and it's still there despite the age. I decided, look, I need to go into the teaching field.
Okay.
Start
as a teacher.
Yeah. So in those days when you have Actionaid Gambia, actually it's a great institution. They recruited teachers, and I became one of those people that were recruited by Actionaid. May God bless his soul. Late Mr. Sonko, late Diba. These are people who really inspired us and then encouraged us into teaching.
Okay.
That is something that is worth one to try, because you pass through a lot of obstacles, and then you also pass a lot of challenges. And then if you add all those things together, you know, you don't lose what you win, because the experience that you will gain from the teaching side, you can fit within any situation or job situation, because you are dealing with human beings, you are dealing with students, and this comes from different backgrounds. So to teach them or mold them into proper beings that will be the joy of their parents is never an easy task. But you know, it's a sacrifice that every teacher takes upon himself to do. And then I decided, we had 6 months intensive training. It was not easy. Immediately from Nusrat High School, yes, I could have continued, but there was no financial support. And I tried always to see who can sponsor to continue, but unfortunately, you asked me to say all this, but this is something that is in me. And
so you picked up teaching?
Yes, so my first posting was Kian Jataba. And in those days, if I tell you, my first salary was like $185.
$185.
Yeah.
185.
So I was responsible for their primary six, and then from there they moved to Kiamba Telling. So you see, you know, I'm a Kianka, born in Fonyi, but when it came to teaching, I was asked to go and teach my own people. So, and I did it with honesty, with the love of the job and the love of the people.
So
from Bateling, then I was moved to Boyram and CRR, Fuladu.
This is all about teaching, right?
Yeah, I think I spent about 7 years
in teaching.
On the teaching
so where do you move after the teaching?
Then from Boyram, I was moved to Nyakwe Kenawan in the Wule. And there, my sister that followed me, may her soul rest in peace.
Sorry about it.
It was difficult for me to mention because...
I know, it's touching. Sorry about that. Yeah, sorry.
I was at Nyakwe, and then my sister passed away.
Okay, you were with her there?
No, she was at home.
Oh, okay.
She passed away, and then in those days, communication was never easy.
Yeah, I know.
It took them 7 days to reach me.
Oh my word. Those are the latest days and all that stuff.
Yeah, so, and then I felt it in me all that 7 days, because I'd see that my entire body is heavy.
Okay.
You know, I will jog from Nyakwe Kedawan to Basse. 8 kilometers and back 8 kilometers.
Because you train.
Yeah, because I feel that I'm not convenient, but something is wrong with my body. On the whole, something serious had happened at home. Until one fine day after class, school, I was resting with one Aliou Jallo. I think now he's in Denmark or Norway. He worked with Nokia before. Okay. He's residing at Brussels. If he's back, we were moved to, from Boyram, we were moved to Nyakwe Kerawan. So after the demise of my sister, then I requested I be transferred. This was the time of the late PO, Sehu Jones. And they refused. That instead of what I asked for, they now want to put me further. Yeah, in those days, even going to Nyakwe is a problem because sometimes people go during Lumo times. Okay. So going further than that, about 50 kilometers away from Nyakwe, that means... That's another thing. Yeah, it's Gambia, but at that time they throw me in the middle of nowhere. Okay. I'm sorry to say I don't really to know townships. Yeah. You know, and I said, no, I can't do that because my sister passed on. My dad is not okay, so I can't stay. If you are able to move me from Basse, anywhere up to Kalaji, I'm willing to go. But other than that,
I am not.
Yeah, moving further down will be definitely difficult because right now my sister passed and 7 days I could not, nobody could get to me until the burial. After the 7th day, charity was done in my absence. So that was definitely difficult. So I decided to leave.
Quit.
Yeah, I asked for them to transfer me and they had a meeting and then Musa Suso is alive. I think he's in Bekama. He was then at Yorobelekunda, a very fine gentleman. At the time, they wanted to get somebody who can teach history at Bansang Secondary School. Then I had distinction in history from Nusra High School. So they see in me that I was the right person. But instead of them negotiating for me to immediately transfer to Bansang, they appealing to me to just accept, go, then later they can negotiate. I said, hell no. So I think the whole administration, you know, from the PO to all those senior headmasters, they were surprised because I told them, hell no, I'm not going. I'm not going. Yeah, and then I'm quitting. That's how I quitted teaching. Yeah.
Sure, teaching. Now, from teaching...
Yeah, from teaching, actually, I stayed for some time, trying to see what to do, trying to look for scholarship probably to continue with my education. My uncle James Gay was then Minister of Tourism. He tried very well. Okay. But you know, he also has a large family and the dependence on him was high. Yeah. Actually, I cannot blame him for it. He did a great thing for me. Exactly. But unfortunately, he could not be managed. Then I said, well, I think I just have to look for a job because I could not continue school because I decided that I need to help my parents. Right. Because every parent expects after your child being passing to a certain level should be able to come and then assist. Because at that time, all they need is support, and no other support apart from the support from Allah. So that's how I decided that I'll just quit.
So next stop for Borry Darboe.
Yeah, I started for a few years. And then? Then into sports here and there. Obviously, my base was at Bundung with you yourself. Yeah. So we had great time there. So it was until after then, you know, Persar, Banjul Breweries, I think we crossed paths. Okay. I think James recommended me to them. They invited me and then they interviewed me if I would be interested. I said, well, it's a difficult thing, but what can I do? I'll just sacrifice and then manage. And that's how I joined them.
That is Banjul Breweries?
Yeah, that's how I joined them.
The former Banjul Breweries?
Yeah, that's how I joined that company.
And I think, guys, that was another good decision that Mr. Darboe, because the whole Gambia, especially those in the beverage industry, know Mr. Borry Darboe. And then not only that, when Borry was there, he did a lot. I mean, cross-part with most, the hotels, the normal people, and then here you are. And then, Mr. B, I know your day-to-day job at Banjul Breweries was so immense, but then history will tell us that you, as Mr. Borry Darboe, was the first Gambian to hold a position which was only the French and the guys that own the company, that is the country sales and marketing manager, has never been, given to a Gambian owner, but you were the first Gambian to be given that trust? The first Gambian to have the country sales and marketing. How do you come to arrive on that? That was a very big achievement, not only you, but for the Gambia as a whole.
Yes, Sam, it's a long story, actually. For me, every human being, God has created something in you.
Yeah.
So whether you've gone through a level, but it depends on what is being given to you by Allah. Because God gives everybody knowledge. It depends on how you utilize that knowledge. Yes, when I joined, I met a lot of people, and I have passed through stages.
Okay.
I do not know myself, it's only Allah who knows, and the people who observe. I was with Persar, I mentioned his name, he did a lot. He was the sales and marketing manager at the time of the Germans. So when he recruited us, he put us to various observations through corporate relationship and through other businesses like retails and so on. So he has been observing the way we are moving, and then the way we coordinate and the way we interact with people. And according to him, he saw something in me that attracts him, and he decided that instead of me being a salesperson, he feels that no, that would be an insult to the way he see me at the time. Not myself, but the way he see me at the time. So I said, okay, that's not a problem. Then we had this juice from green fields in Denmark.
In Denmark, green fields.
You drank a lot of that.
Yeah.
Sunquick.
You gave me a lot.
Yeah, so he said, okay, now we have various brands, but now you will be responsible wholly and solely for this brand.
For this brand.
You will have to develop it, and no other person but you. So actually, I did my best. Yeah, with no vehicle, sometimes I will take the juice machine and the juices and place them in front of supermarkets. Okay. And then blend it. Then when people come, we will serve them with a glass of juice. Exactly. And if they drink it and they like the taste, they're in love with it, and then when they ask, I'll say, go inside the supermarket, it is available, you can buy. So it was then I extended to the hotels, and all the hotels started taking it, and that's how the brand grew. But today, a lot of people who are benefiting from that is as a result of Mr. Darboe putting it in the market. It's not like praising myself, but that's the reality.
No, that's the reality.
Sunquick has been my own baby.
Your own baby, yeah.
Yeah, because me with my team, we develop it, and later on, Alphonse Manneh is now with EcoBank. He's a young person who has great respect for me.
Yeah, Alphonse.
Yeah, because when he was leaving, he told me, Mr. Darboe, what I learned from you, I did not learn from the university. I can't forget that up to today. Awesome. The young man really cried. He said, what I gained from you, I could not do that from the university. So what that being is only him who knows it. So I did not go further. Yeah. But that's how we've been moving. And Per Sar said, okay. At one point, Per decided to quit because he said, enough is enough. Yeah. And then he recommended that I become his replacement. Yeah. But each position there are pull and push, but I never do that. Okay. He recommended that I be the assistant sales manager until another person is available. Okay. So that's how I went into management, and then managing the wholesale staff, and also the distributors, making sure that the hotels, the restaurants, and our retail shops, they have our brands, and then also our corporate social responsibility to make sure that it is running. When people have requests, they come to the company, they see me and my team, and then we make recommendation to the finance director, Fatou Signan, my great respect to her, a great woman. She also did a lot for me, I can't forget that. Goodness is something that you cannot keep in you. She did a great thing for me, actually. I thank her for being by my side at all times, in the difficult time, in good times. I thank thank her and her husband, who has also been a great lover of me. Exactly. So actually, things were like that until, there was that trust. And then when the Germans finally closed and then the French came over, we had the country sales, it was a French person, because they now own the company. Yeah, I remember a couple of them. Yeah, they need their own people. Okay. So after 2 years, they feel that the guys should go and they should get somebody. But he said, no, it's no need bringing any other person because they have in me to be the country sales director or manager for Banjul Breweries at the time.
Yeah.
So he recommended that, and this was approved by Fatou and the managing director,
right?
yeah,
okay.
and the board of directors in France. I was even with my team, and they came and said, congratulations. I said, what happened? He said, you are new country sales manager for Banjul Breweries Limited. Well, I accepted it in good faith, and but you know, I don't like to tell people who I am. So I'll be with my team. You not even know who is the because
I know, yeah.
I always bring myself to their level because that helps me to understand each other and to learn what they have, because you can be managing somebody when he has better IQ than you.
Then you,
so,
exactly.
yeah, so
you have to be
able
the same power.
Yeah,
and then know
exactly. So for me, that's my trademark. I try to be with people. You know, if I have a good trait, then you can get that from me, and then I can also take yours. But that's how my parents tell me: never go with bad people.
Okay.
And then it does not mean you are bad. But if you go with somebody who has a bad habit, you may end up emulating his bad habits, and that is going to tarnish your good image or habit. Always go with people you believe that they have really, really good behavior. They have good behavior and they have good attitude. You will always get from them and add it onto whatever you have. And this is going to put you in a respectful position. So thank God, alhamdulillah, I listen to parental advice, which is key. Today that is lacking a lot in our society. It's unfortunate. I think we need to listen to our parents very well so that we can become who God has really made us to be. Yeah, and never to rush to get something. Yeah.
And that definitely is history. Banjul Breweries become one of the darling of the Gambia, well, fortunately. But that, moving on, that connect with your recent current job, which is at Bell Bottling. And here we have Chief Marketing Officer of Bell Bottling. I mean, tell us about this company. Yes, I'm coming to that. Let's stop, because this is beverage and beverage, so then I can go to sports. So I want us to finish the beverage. And Bell Bottling, tell us about the company and your portfolio, which we have it here, and your day to day before we move into the National Sports Council.
Sam, thank you very much. I never thought it's going to be this long.
No, soon we will.
Yeah, actually.
Soon we will, yeah.
Thank you very much. Well, actually, Bell Bottling is a new beverage company in the Gambia. It came into existence in 2021, but they came into contact with me around 2022, 2023. Okay. I think with support from the government and the people of Combo East, they got a land at Bonto. And with Gaipa, Moso Gaipa, because I'm saying it's a baby of Gaipa, they did extremely well to see that there is a beverage company. And also the Manufacturers Association, Farimang Singate, is a great guy. They really help and support Bell Bottling with the support of government, Trade Ministry, in particular Mr. Duke. Okay. Yeah, he's really proud because for him, Bell Bottling is his baby. And the encouragement from that side is enormous.
What's your day-to-day at Bell Company?
Bell Bottling, actually, I came in contact with the management. I think somebody must have directed them to me because they brought in a consultant to see how they can operate in the country, but first they have to look at the marketing side, because if you have a land, you're building the plant, when you are done, you have to go into production.
Okay.
And after production, you have to place in the market. Okay. So you need people who have some experience in that area. Yeah, so to bring an expert to say, go into the market. You know, the guy has a book knowledge, you see, then he doesn't know the country. And then the guy will just do a bland research. With that research be suitable to their vision and mission. Okay. You don't know. So I think it was one fine day somebody called me to say, well, thank you, Mr. Silla said, well, one Indian guy needs you. He did not tell me the name, and joined me around 5. to meet him. Then I said, okay, fine. That's not a problem. So that's how I went, and then I did not hide, actually. They asked me, they interviewed me. I think they were trying to look at my experience. And also whether I'll be able to absorb pressure. Because today I realized their work is all pressure. It's never tiring. And then the communication is constant. Yeah, because it's a two group, the ones in India and the ones here. So you have to be answerable to all these people. So each time they need you, you must be available at all times. So it's never easy.
So and that's you.
Yeah, and it's a much challenging one today than Banjul Breweries, because Banjul Breweries, I would designate my team to do most of the things.
Exactly.
The same thing is happening, but
you have to take the lead.
Yeah, this is more challenging, actually, because in everything I have to take a lead and also direct, but I also absorb some of my staff who are under me, like Brahma T. Bojang, Bakary Seri. These are dynamic people. They work with me. Yeah, I brought most of them on board.
That's good.
They're working because we just want to make sure that that experience and the reach out and the network we built is sustained.
Continues.
Yeah.
And that will definitely. Well, we don't have much time, but then I want you to sum this into one. This is about, I know, the most controversial one.
Just to tell the Gambian people,
okay.
Bell Bottling Company
yes, quickly.
is, I can say, is Gambian owned. Because
okay.
Today, if you go to Bonto, 90% of the people working there, or 95% of the working people there are Gambians.
Okay.
And these are the ones that are crafting and producing the beverage that is being consumed.
Okay.
Today, we have the finest juices or drinks in the Gambia.
Okay.
We have Bond cocktail. We go everywhere, people are scrambling for it. I don't know, but people just love it. We have Bonito, sliced orange, and all those things.
You know what, he will sponsor our
so obviously, we had challenges there.
Yeah.
That is, people will go and bring products from Senegal, you know, when you have your own being produced here. And then you don't have that hurdle of paying for transportation, you're paying for custom. You know, for us, you only place an order, you pay, and then we send the people to Bonto, collect your drinks, and drop it at your doorstep. You only pay for offloading, but the loading is done by us.
Okay.
The transportation from Bonto to your warehouse is done by us. You see, and at times we'll give them incentives where we'll buy tricycles as our social corporate, just to motivate create more businesses.
Okay.
But today, Bell Bottling is creating a lot of jobs. It's also creating a lot of businesses.
That's good.
So the tax on my head is really, really daunting. I know we are beginning. I know if you go to Bakary Stadium today, you will see our signs because we have already built a pavilion. Okay. Yeah, maybe you will be there when you are, you know.
Yeah, I'll be there.
We are in the painting is remaining, and then as soon as painting is done, we will hand over to the Bakary Sports.
So there you go. So Bell Bottling have to come to Atlantic TV.
Bakary Stadium is our base actually. Because,
then that's fine.
The management don't delay anything coming from their side. If we feel that there's something that we can do with them, yes, we do.
Awesome, Mr.
But I'm not asking people to come now because we are in a development stage.
Okay,
but otherwise, people will still coming for sponsorship, you know. Yeah. We are still building while producing.
But you can advertisements.
Yeah, okay. We can. So for TV and radio, yes, we have no problem with that.
Right,
but what I mean is, I know my viewers will say, now he's at this place, let's go, let's send our letter.
But they should know me and Mr. B, they were a long time, keep on problem, so you know how it is, we're not going to get up. So we'll definitely, okay, let's sum up this thing before we are running out of time. You're this as you're now a former chairman of NSC, National Sport Council, very controversial, and also you can trickle down to the chairman of Nemar Academy at the final end because time is actually running out. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I served briefly as chairperson of National Sports Council, I think in 2018, 2019.
Yeah, 2018, 2019.
It was a controversy because a lot of people, when I came in, the way they see the appointment, because the minister appoints the chairperson.
Exactly.
So many a time thought I'm being used when that's not the reality.
Okay.
Because the reality is somebody who is into sports.
Okay.
And has passed through a lot of issues, you know, challenging things, you know, that we would sit to discuss. You know, if that person is called to come and help, I was only there to come and see how we can shape our sports.
Okay.
Because Gambia started progressing. It's like forth or back and forth. Like we are going like this. You know, then when I came in as the chair of the board, it does not mean decision emanates from me. You know, that was the misconception a lot of people have. They thought I was the one doing it. No, I was a chair, and everybody will come and sit. We look at the issues at hand, and then we address them. Okay. But you see, the way Gambian people see National Sports Council, you know, for me, is completely wrong. There are great guys who conceptualize this, but you know, their dreams were never realized because the way they want that body to be, still it has not reached to that level. Okay. And they had great ideas to see that that institution is independent. Because as the chief advisor of the government on sports, okay, honestly, that institution should be one in the Gambia.
Yeah.
But today, you don't feel like there is a sports council.
Wow.
So when I came in with my team, we're trying to fix that.
Okay.
Because we are governed by an act of parliament. Mm-hmm. So when you want to apply that, some people say, which hunting? Which hunting? Who am I which hunting? Because the time I came in, our sports was really, really bad. Okay. The administrative aspect of it. Yeah. We have talents. Our young people are dynamic. They love sports, but they don't have help. And it is the Sports Council that should pave the way for that to happen. And it was not. But Sports Council at times also the secretariat, we are constrained. Still they are renting, and they have a land that cannot be built. Wow. Up till today.
That is,
you know, wow. It's so disappointing. And if you go there, you want to regulate things, that will be to the benefit of everybody in the Gambia. You know, they see you differently. And so I became a hated person at the time. Because I went into things, it's like I hold the bull by the horn. Yeah. Where others fail to do, that's what I did.
That's what you did.
Yeah, because at that time, GFF was like an independent person. Yeah, be independent, but they believe that they have say over everything as far as football matters in the Gambia, which was wrong.
Okay. The NSC is the supreme.
That's the apex body. That's you see, Gambian people must know that. And we must try to build that institution, like all other countries. Yeah. If National Sports Council is developed, honestly, our sport will not be lacking behind. Because today, all associations, when they need is the Sports Council, they should pass through. Exactly. And nobody must go to the minister directly bypassing the National Sports Council. So, and then during that time, a lot of people, that's what they were doing. They will belittle the National Sports Council, bypass the National Sports Council, and head directly to the minister. That was wrong.
And you were trying to pursue all that.
So, I was trying to put all those things in place. And then challenges came. And I said, hell no, we're not going to do that. Not under my belt, but we must do things in the right way. Our kids are growing up, our footballers, they definitely want to develop. And they cannot develop if National Sports Council is a rubber stamp body, cannot do anything. You know, you pity the secretariat. They have ideas and they cannot implement them because they have constraint. And when they move forward, you will see associations or even GFF challenging them. So what they do is, you must be a friend to GFF, so that when they are going for away matches, they can take you along. And my time, I refuse. I would sign when they are going for sports camp. I would sign, but I said, no, I'm not moving anywhere. My role is to guide and to make sure you are supported. And I was definitely loved by the secretariat because they know I was trying to put sense in their work. And I in fact called for a meeting where all associations would send in their secretary general so that a committee is developed. And that committee will look at all issues affecting our sports. So they would have addressed that before they even reached the National Sports Council. I was trying to put that in place. But you know what? That one also, only few people came who really understand what our thoughts were. And they ascribed to that, came, and then we discussed it. But you know, as usual, people hitting here and there, manipulation here, no, don't listen to them, forget about them, you know, they have no fund, they have no this. Yes, it's government that should fund them. And we also make activities to generate fund. But how many times will a sports council call for such, apart from the May Day? Because at the end of the day, sports council was like organizing May Day.
And nothing else.
And nothing else, which was wrong. You see, that institution must be reshaped, and then they must be put in the right pedestal for sport development. But we need to develop sport from the grassroots. That's where we are. We need to develop. Yes, we say yes, we have qualified for Cameroon or whatever, but the foundation was there. Without that foundation, we would not have reached Cameroon. And that foundation were our young people who, without paying them, how much are they paying them? $500, $1,000, $1,500. When they are injured, we visit them for a few days, and the next they have to struggle with their parents. If we are able to motivate and develop those people, Gambia would have qualified for even the World Cup long time ago. Because we went for World Cup, the junior category, and Peru. And you were celebrating.
Of course.
Who thought at that time that Gambia would beat mighty Brazil at the youth level? But we did it. And that was followed with successful results at youth category. But poor management, in fight here and there, I want to be this, I want to be that, you don't want to listen to your critics. This is what marred our sports. And when you talk about it, they see you as somebody who would not like them, or you hate them, or Dengleng Anyan. For what? This was what is happening. And the famous toilet people talk about Mr. Darboe, and so on. That's the gold project. When Kebe administration, so people linked me because I was a co-opted member, say, maybe he has come to do the fight. But I can tell the Gambian people today, the reason why Gambia was suspended by CAF when we had a youth category, the current MP of Basse, Sekuba, was there in Liberia. Our own people were given a letter. Our representatives were given the letter to submit to the Liberian FA that Mr. ABCD are overage. Allow them to play football. If Gambia wins, submit that, challenge it, so that they overturn the results. And that's what had happened. Because Ali Shaw, at the time, the passport he used at a different tournament is the same passport. So if rules were changed, that was unknown to us. And you see, we were vindicated, because after, when they arrested us, they put us in a police cell for 8 days. That's a sacrifice to the nation. We spent almost 7 days or 8 days.
Yeah.
But when Yahya Jammeh came to know the truth, he said, release these people, otherwise you who keep them there will go into cell. And that's how we were removed.
That is it, Mr. V, I think.
I know it's not exhaustive, but obviously that is the situation. We need to develop our sports. They are doing well, but much attention needs to be put into our youth. And that's where Nemar Sporting Academy, where I'm a chairperson. Today, I can tell you, we are proudly being hosted by Lamen, because their VDC ground has been, part of it has been given to Nemar Sporting Academy. And then part we are to develop for them, make a sporting field, and also dressing rooms and all those things. So currently, if you go there, that work is in progress, and everybody within Lamen are really happy about that. So Nemar Sporting Academy is a revelation, because we mean business, we mean to develop the right talents, and then we mean to participate in Gambian sports. I
think I'll bring Lamin here on that. Well, finally from you, it's everything is done. They say, what over the Ferega?
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure being here. And I hope next time it will be about bell bottling.
With your sponsor.
Because in sports, I don't like to come much in sports, because I just want to reserve myself. So let the young ones continue, and we encourage them. Let them double up. It's no problem. But when it comes to change of administration, let's accept, because there are people who can definitely take us to where others cannot.
Thank you.
So we must be ready to open up, and share ideas and accept criticisms, because that helps you. Anybody who does not want to accept criticism, then you are a weak person. Because criticism for me, it strengthens me.
Thank you. Yeah. We are coming back with ball bottling, but that's going to be, the advertisement is going to be played on this, and then we'll bring them back here and talk business. That's going to be business. Maybe BTLO or any other program. I think we have a business program here that can host them too on that. Huh? Thank you very much, Mr.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
I'm so happy.
Thank you.
And that does it for, once again, the exclusive interview with Borry Darboe. Thanks, Edu.
Well, you have 50 uncles, so you know.
Thank you. Big Sam, thank you so much. Until next time.
Hope there's nobody in here.
Nobody will Thank you so much, guys.
Media Company. Follow us on Facebook at Atlantic TV The Gambia, on YouTube at Atlantic TV Gambia, on TikTok atlantic.tv.gambia. Follow our music platform on Facebook